translate into English.
First of all, he said, my name is Sheikha Muhammad. I am originally from Algeria, but I'm living in France. Then he said that he read a verse from the Holy Quran, and he said, I would like to know the explanation how God has created Hazrat Adam alayhi salam from clay and the jinn from fire. And he said, because I can...
You see, the word jinn is a very important word which must be understood from its usage in Arabic lexicon. The Arab dictionaries mention this word jinn, and they give all the various connotations of the word jinn. The best explanation of this is found in Mufradat al-Raghib. Hazrat Imam Raghib, under this word, explains that the central meaning of the word jinn is whatever cannot be seen with naked eye, unaided eye. So, he says Jannah is also derived from jinn. Jannah is a thick garden under which nothing can be seen by human eye, which is outside. Similarly, he mentions the chieftains, women who are not generally seen by people, snakes are called jinn or jan. So everything which hides from human eye is called jinn in Arabic. As such, the Quran has used this word differently, but within this meaning. The Holy Quran has used the word jinn to indicate all these meanings. In this context of that verse which the speaker has mentioned, his name is?
Sheikh Muhammad.
Sheikh Muhammad Sahib has mentioned. I will remind you, oh no, I can't remind you because you don't know it anyway. I would like to inform you that according to the scientists today, all the scientists who speak of the origin of life, they will tell you something very strange. Strange to them, but not to the readers of the Quran. They will tell you that long before man was begun to be created, long before the exercise of life which ended into man was begun, there were some creatures which were created directly from the blasts of fire. And they were called fire bacteria. They are the first of the creatures which God ever made on earth. So literally, exactly as the Holy Quran mentions, it did happen. Bacteria who are not seen with naked eyes, too small to be seen, they began on earth long before the creation of life. And the first bacteria, the most ancient, is named by the scientists, not by the people of the Quran, by the non-believer scientists as fire bacteria. You ask why fire bacteria, they say because they were created directly from the fire energy. So the Quran is so right, absolutely right. But how can we call jinn bacteria? Some old school Muslim ulama may, object to this. Why do you call bacteria jinn? I call them jinn because Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has himself called them jinn. Why can't I? I follow him. In one of his advices, admonished to the people in general, he said, whenever you go out for attending the call of nature, do not clean yourself with bones, because they are eaten by jinn. And the jinn which eats bones may do you harm. Nobody knew that at that time that the bones were food for bacteria. Allah told Rasulullah sallam, and if you use bones for cleaning yourself, the bacteria may enter your guts and your inside, and they may do you damage. So Rasulullah sallam has made everything clear for us. So these jinn I am talking about were mentioned by the Quran, and Rasulullah sallam explained what these jinns were. Right? Why the word jinn is involved anyway? In these verses, the Holy Quran is speaking of an age which was not yet born. The Holy Quran is speaking of the most advanced scientific knowledge of the latter days, which will help us understand the Quran. So the book is apparently revealed at the time of Rasulullah sallam 1400 years ago. But this book is speaking of the things which are known to the world today. And it's a most fantastic verse which ulama do not realize. It's something which you can present to the scientist as a positive proof of the Quran's truth. Because after investigating so much, hundreds of scientists have been involved from generations in unraveling the secrets of life. And now they have come to one conclusion, that water and earth mixed together, they give a form of life. This form of life is dependent on light, not on fire, on nur, not on nar. All earlier forms of life were not dependent on nur, they were dependent on fire. What a fantastic declaration. They support the Quran today 100%. So if you read the scientific literature, you'll be amazed. The only creation which was created by light was by mixing earth with water. Whatever is produced by light of sun, not the heat of sun. It is nur which gives birth to Nur Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And it was fire which gave birth to the rebellious people prior to this. So in the manner of speaking, this meaning is extended into the prophethood. Whoever rebel against Nur of Allah, they are people who are created with fire. They have fiery nature. So what a beautiful declaration it is. Scientifically correct and spiritually applicable.